Well, it's Friday, and our friends at Dodge invited us out to come to Pomona and drag race some of their new cars. So I figured that's a way better day than sitting at the office. It just turns out our buddy Jake from 3Piece US / Heritage Wheels, he also has a Hellcat and was also invited out to this. So today's gonna be a fun day. Have you ever taken your car down the strip?
I haven't yet. I'm waiting for my drag radials to get in. I bought some Rega Masters with Hoosier slicks on it. So
damn.
JDM flavor, yeah.
Rega Masters on a Hellcat?
Yeah. Found them in Japan. Hoosier slicks, Rega Masters, rare spec, everything. So once those come in a couple weeks, I'm gonna hopefully make a pass or two. Blow my diff.
That's sick. It's actually the last wheel I would have ever expected to see on a Hellcat. All right, so first thing we're gonna do today is we're gonna take out some of these cars. Got some Scat Packs, Hellcat Red Eyes, and we're gonna go take them up for a mountain drive, which is one of my favorite things to do, up to Azusa. I actually haven't been there, so this will be a ton of fun. I'm gonna go scout out and see if there's any 6-speed ones that we could jump in. All right, I'll take this rad gray one that also happens to have 6-speed. The drive first is good because California sucks and there's traffic all the time. So hopefully right now we won't actually have to sit in any of it.
2 hours later.
Oh my God, this car is so much fun. We're just sitting in traffic. For any of you guys out there watching that don't live in California, it's 10:15 on a Friday. I don't even know where we are, but we were doing 0 miles an hour. To the mountains we go. Man, so I might have found one of my favorite new canyon roads. I don't know how I haven't made it up here before, but this spot is super rad. It's so green. And right now we just had a really wet winter, so California is actually super green. It's never like this, so it's really rad to see the mountains. So cool. Made it up to the top. Unfortunately, we saw one car that they stuffed into a wall, and that's what happens when you get some automotive journalists out who drive a 800 horsepower street car and get a little bit too ambitious with their skill level. Super fun drive. I think we're gonna take a Red Eye back down. This thing, 797 horsepower, 305 squared. Someone's cell phone, just take that. Ow!
I'll be behind you so I don't hold you up.
Alright. Alright, ball head out for aerodynamics. We're gonna jump in some 1320s, and this is Dodge's version of a entry-level drag car. So this is naturally aspirated Hemi. Comes stock on some 275 drag radials, some sticky tires with some nice familiar rubber on the back right there, and comes factory with the trans brake, line lock, all that good stuff. So yeah, get to run this down the quarter mile real quick. So it's really rad that this comes in a stock car, and it's so simple to use. So you just press a button, you apply your brake pressure, and actually shows you how much PSI your brake pressure has. It has to be above 1,000. Then you hold OK, and then you actually release the brake, and then you can just rip a burnout. So simple. And then the trans brake is equally as easy. So right now the stage, pre-stage, get into it. And all you gotta do is step on the brake, pull back both paddles, and then bring it up to like 1800 RPM. You release one paddle, and then you could step off the brake and it's actually on the trans brake right now, and then you just let go. This thing boogies, man. This thing launches hard. That's sick. This is really cool, man. I like this thing. First off, shout out to Dodge for making this thing really cool. Like, I find it really awesome that they spent the time to engineer like line lock and a trans brake into a car. And it's a little bit bizarre at first using like modern technology to use kind of old ways of trans brake and a line lock, but it's super awesome that they have that. And man, on that last launch I did was I let off the trans brake at 2400 RPM, and I actually got like that like pit in my stomach feeling, because this thing launches really hard. Like when those drag radials warm up, you could really put the power to the ground. So they did a great job on the suspension, and honestly, really impressed.